From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We have a few very light lake effect snow flurries making their way across mid-Michigan this afternoon, but only a trace amount of snow, if anything, will be possible in terms of overall accumulations. In terms of our temperatures right now, still rather chilly. Most of us currently sitting in the mid to upper 20s, 25 degrees in Lansing, 24 our current temperature in Jackson. However, once we factor in the winds, most of us still feeling like we are sitting in the teens. As we go throughout the rest of the day, we'll begin to dry things out. Temperatures only warming into the mid-20s. We have more snow to talk about and some cooler temperatures on the forecast as well. 6 News at noon starts right now.
WMMS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at noon.
A shock in the world of college football. The University of Michigan head coach Sherrone Moore fired for having what the school calls an inappropriate relationship with a staffer. It is our top story today at noon. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kirk Montgomery. A few hours later, police took Moore into custody after reports of an alleged assault investigation. Jerrica Duncan is here for you now with the very latest on this story.
That was the last time Sherrone Moore entered the Big House, leading a pack of Wolverines as the University of Michigan's head coach. This morning, he is behind bars and out of that job. On Wednesday, the school's athletic director says they terminated the 39-year-old with cause after he, quote, engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Hours later, police told CBS Detroit the coach was detained earlier in the day near Michigan Stadium. He was then arrested and booked into jail. According to ESPN, he's a suspect in an alleged assault. However, no charges have been filed yet. The investigation into Moore began last month, according to CBS Sports.
One of the ongoing looming questions that will hang over Michigan is, when did athletic director Ward Manuel know, and why did he not make earlier decisive action? The sudden ending of Moore's career comes after he spent 2 years as head coach, taking over for Jim Harbaugh. The Wolverines won the 2023 national championship. But this year, Moore faced a 2-game suspension for his role in the school's sprawling sign-stealing scandal that has loomed over college football's winningest program for nearly 2 years. It's been an unbelievable period of success with that national championship, but also an unbelievable period of scandal and drama with Michigan football. And Michigan as a program typically is above that. It's a Michigan man. It has a certain connotation. And I think that has been really damaged by the behavior of Sherrone Moore. Moore was under a 5-year contract with a salary of $5.5 million. But according to the terms of the deal, the school will not have to buy him out, as he was fired for cause. Of course, we have reached out to Moore for comment and have not heard back. Jerrica Duncan, CBS News, New York.
Noon today, the Ingham County Sheriff's Office has confirmed a shooting at a home near Leslie this morning. Deputies say they responded to a medical call on Walker Lane around 7 o'clock this morning. 6 News was on scene and saw 2 ambulances and multiple law enforcement vehicles from several agencies. We'll bring you more on this developing story as information becomes available. And we're still working to learn more about a fire that broke out in a mobile home park overnight. It happened at King Arthur's Court, north of Lansing, right along US 127. 6 News arrived on scene shortly after 11 o'clock last night and saw at least 8 fire engines by a mobile home that appeared to have significant fire damage. At this time, we're working to learn what caused that fire, and if there were any injuries reported. We will provide updates just as soon as they become available. The number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits jumped last week, but the total number of those collecting benefits fell to the lowest level in nearly 8 months. U.S. jobless claim applications for the week ending December 6th climbed to 236,000, up from the previous week's 192,000. But the total number of Americans filing for jobless benefits for the previous week ending November 29th fell by 99,000 to 1.84 million. That is the lowest level for continuing claims since mid-April. And take a look at this amazing video. Look at this. A small plane slams into a car as it tries to make an emergency landing on a busy highway in Florida. Video captures the moment the small plane collides Look at this, with a Toyota Camry on Interstate 95. This was Monday night in Brevard County, Florida. The FAA says the pilot reported engine issues moments before attempting to land on the freeway and hitting that car. The car's driver was taken to the hospital with only minor injuries. The pilot and a passenger on board were not hurt. The FAA is investigating. Here's the question of the day. Who wants to be a billionaire? Yeah, a billionaire with a B. No one matched all 6 numbers in last night's Powerball drawing, bringing the estimated jackpot now up to that $1 billion mark.
It's time to play America's favorite jackpot game. This is Powerball.
The jackpot was last won back in September when 2 winning tickets were purchased in Missouri and Texas. It is now the 7th largest jackpot in Powerball history and now has a cash option of more than $461 million. The next drawing is Saturday night at 10:59. However, remember, your odds of winning are 1 in more than 292 million.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, from yesterday's system, a lot of us across mid-Michigan were able to cash in on some really impressive snowfall totals, especially for northern locations in mid-Michigan. Alma, a whopping 5.5 inches of snow from yesterday's system. In general, across most of mid-Michigan, we sat right around that 3 to 4 inch mark. Notice 4.3 inches of snow fell over in Williamston. We're at that 3.5 inch mark over in Grand Ledge. And we do have additional rounds of snow in the forecast, as well as another blast of Arctic air that we have to talk about. Before we get into all of those chilly and snowy details, we got to start off with some holiday cheer. Here's a look at the latest winner of our holiday lights competition, Mark from over in Potterville. Another beautiful display of those lovely holiday lights and inflatable decorations. You too can enter into our contest. To do so, just snap a picture of your holiday display and submit it to our website, WLNS.com/holiday-lights. As I mentioned, we do have additional rounds of snow in the forecast. We're already kind of seeing that playing out across the area this afternoon. Live Storm Tracker 6 Doppler radar showing a couple of very light lake effect snow flurries across the region. This activity not going to lead to any significant accumulations. In fact, only likely a trace amount of snow going to accumulate across the region. We will begin to dry things out as we move throughout the evening hours of the day today, holding on to those dry and cloudy conditions overnight tonight and for most of our Friday as well. However, late Friday evening, it looks like another weak disturbance makes its way off to our north. As a result, Friday night into early Saturday morning, we'll have another very quick light burst of snow across the region. There is the potential for some gustier winds Saturday morning that could lead to a couple more lake effect snow flurries, but overall it looks like most of our Saturday will be dry, and at most we're looking at 1 to 2 inches of accumulations across mid-Michigan. Since there is the potential for that lake effect snow, areas to our west likely going to cash in on some higher snowfall totals, especially in Hastings, Grand Rapids, and then over towards Kalamazoo as well. In addition to that snow, again, we have another blast of Arctic air that we have to talk about. We're already seeing some below average high temperatures across the region today, only making it up to a high of 27 degrees. We're even cooler over the weekend and as we move into early next week, those highs in the upper teens to low 20s. Again, it comes along with those gusty winds. It is likely wind gusts Saturday morning will be anywhere between that 20 to 30 mile per hour mark. That's going to cause our wind chill temperatures to drop down into the single digits on Saturday. Some of us likely dropping below 0 by Saturday afternoon and evening. We're even cooler than that just in time for Sunday morning. Notice a lot of us negative 15 degrees, negative 10 your forecasted wind chill in Jackson. Those wind chill values likely going to be in a similar range as we kick off our Monday as well. All is quiet across the area right now, at least on our quad cameras. Temperature wise, we're generally sitting in the mid to upper 20s. Only expected to make it up to a high of 27 degrees across the area today, so only a few degrees warmer compared to where we are currently at. A couple of flurries mainly going to be possible Friday night into early Saturday morning. Yes, we do have that really chilly blast of Arctic air that we have to talk about. Temperatures overnight falling down into the single digits Sunday and Monday morning, but Tuesday a high in the low 30s.
How sad that we're getting excited about a high of 31.
Of 31 degrees. That's what we're looking for. That's going to feel warm after those sub-zero wind chills.
I know. That was unbelievable. Wow. All right,
yeah, we got to prepare.
Bundle up, everyone. Thank you, Kendall. Hey, we're continuing a holiday tradition here at 6 News, and we need your help to do it. We're talking about Remarkable Women, an opportunity to recognize the women of Mid-Michigan who make a difference for their families and for their community. So head to WLNS.com and look for the Remarkable Woman icon. Click on it and then tell us all about the remarkable woman in your life. We will pick several women and profile them in March, which is Women's History Month. You have until December 19th to nominate someone.